Welcome to Spine Chillers and Serial Killers. Emma's got the haunting shadows in the night. Becky digs the crime scenes, tales of bloody fright. Tash just sits there wide-eyed, did that really occur? Laughing through the chaos of the creepy and absurd. Spine chillers and serial killers, where the ghosts meet the crime scene thrillers. Spooky, funny, strange, but true. They've got a nightmare just for you. Don't look behind you.
Hi and welcome back to another episode of Spine Chillers and Serial Killers. I'm Becky.
I'm Tash.
And I'm Emma. Hello.
Hi.
It's been a minute.
Hello.
Welcome to 2026, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Well,
New Year. Happy Pancake Day. Happy Valentine's Day.
And happy
birthday
Easter.
to me. Happy Easter, which it actually is Easter.
Happy
so we can
Easter.
say that.
It is actually Easter Monday. Yeah. God, yeah, it's been a minute. Sorry. It's completely my fault, to be fair.
It's not just Emma's fault.
It's not just your fault. We all had a mental breakdown. It was fine.
It's been a heavy start of the year.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad.
I mean,
January was horrendous.
it was bad because Chuck Norris died, so obviously it was a bad year.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that Chuck Norris
No.
died. Chuck Norris died.
Well, it has been a bad year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I know. It took Chuck.
We're now Chuckless.
It was the land of. It was the year of the snake, wasn't it? Last year, and
I don't know.
Yes, the Chinese New Year. Chinese year was land. Can't even speak.
Land of the
Year
Snake. Year of the Snake.
And this year, so starting of February, was meant to be the year of the horse, which is supposedly going to be a great year, guys. I will have to say that my horse is still in the stable.
Is it on tranquilizers at the minute? It's just waking up.
I don't know what's happening, but it's not quite out of the stable yet.
Oh.
I mean, the year is not starting great for anybody, really, for the world, I would say.
Well, quite,
it's pretty
yeah.
shit.
So that's somewhat disappointing. I have, in fact...
It's just somewhat disappointing.
It's somewhat disappointing. I have done something quite impulsive, though. I went wine tasting with some friends the other night and have booked a day trip to Malaga.
Ooh.
A day trip?
Yeah.
Where's Malaga?
Spain. Like South Costa del Sol.
Oh, Costa del Sol.
So we will be leaving our houses at about 3:00 in the morning, maybe 4. Flight at 6, on the beach by 10, back at the airport by 6, home in bed by 11.
Oh, I couldn't be doing with that.
Thing is,
Couldn't be doing with it.
the airport kind of makes me a bit nervous and I kind of get a bad stomach, so while you're on the beach, I'd be in the toilet.
I cannot wait for some
Airport
vitamin
shits.
D, honestly.
Have you not had any sun today? It's been beautiful.
Yeah,
been
but not enough
gorgeous.
to, like, wake my skin up.
It's like
I need
24 degrees today.
No, it's
Who needs Spain?
been about 14 degrees here. I definitely just need some like orange sangria, some Lays, and a little bit of vitamin D.
Well, it's good that that's all you need, because that's all the time you're going to have.
And
One
yeah.
sangria, a bag of crisps, half an hour on the beach, and off you go.
I'm actually thrilled about it. It'll be 8 hours. And do you know what? It's going to be cheaper than a day trip in London, including our flights.
Oh, I couldn't deal with the stress of that, but you go for
I'm
it.
thrilled.
When are you doing it?
Beginning of May.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I've got about 4 weeks to lose 4 dress sizes to fit in my bikini.
Mm,
Yeah.
Which I won't do.
yeah.
because just got Easter eggs. Oh. But yeah, any news your end, girls? Any spontaneous little trips?
I'm going to Minorca next week.
Lovely.
What, like for a holiday?
No, just for a couple of days with a couple of girls that I know. So that's happening.
Where's Mallorca? I'm just like, where is everything?
It's Minorca. It's one of the Spanish, one next to Ibiza with an F. Ibiza.
Oh.
Yeah, there. But I don't know how the weather's going to be. We'll have to see.
It'll be nice.
Yeah, hopefully.
I've planned a trip possibly to the supermarket next week, but it depends how courageous I'm feeling.
I love the supermarket.
It depends if all the tractors are out blocking the supermarkets.
I will put that off at any cost. So
Hate it.
that is a big deal.
No, but to be fair, you know, that's probably the only place I go at the minute when I leave home. It's supermarket. There we go. I'm going to England though this summer.
Where are you going? Where are you going in England?
Isle of Wight. Isle of Wight. That's where my mum lives. Lovely. Kids like it. It's on the beach.
Bish,
all
bash, bosh.
seaside stuff.
Nice.
But what a nightmare with all the animals, because I've got pet sitters and kennels.
Yeah.
And,
So what have you?
yeah. Well, I've got a pet sitter and I've booked kennels.
And all the dogs going into the kennels.
No, just two.
Right.
Just two.
Nice.
It's only like to keep the ones that don't really get on apart, so she doesn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is not exciting.
No,
we need to be.
This is boring catch-up chat between us three. So,
Yeah. We've been gone so long, and now we're back, and we're just like, oh, boring,
Yeah.
really boring.
what have you girls heard of any new cases? What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening? What is happening? I had something quite spooky happen, but it depends who's starting, because it kind of leads into the story I'm doing this week.
Well, you could start in that case.
You can start then.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we can.
So, I went to the supermarket, because that's the only fucking place I go.
And I bought some apples.
Because we'd run out of snacks. And when you have
Snacks.
2 young children, you need snacks. If you have no snacks...
Snacks.
And I'm blaming it on the kids, but I too like snacks.
We're becoming an ingredient household.
Are you? No snacks.
Really scaling it back on snacks, and we just make stuff.
Well, that's really good. I think that's the way my husband would love to do
Yeah.
it. I can't be asked to do that. When my kids say to me, I'm hungry, I'm like, go to the snack cupboard.
It's because Esme wants to bake and she likes doing that. And I'm like, yeah, fine. I think an ingredient household is better for us at the
Absolutely,
moment.
100. Yeah, for 100%. Anyway, we're
Sorry.
not.
Yeah, no, that's fine. There's no judgment. There's no judgment.
So I went on my own to get snacks. That was all I was going to do. Not a big shop, just some crisps, some biscuits. That was it. And while I was there, I was going to put some petrol in the car. So I estimate that would have probably taken me about half an hour, because I'm about 10 minutes away from the shop. So anyway, I do all that, drive home, walk in, and the kids are like, where have you been? I was like, what do you mean where I've been? I've been to get snacks. And Ben was like, no, but you've been gone for ages. What happened? I was like, nothing happened. I went to get snacks and I put petrol in the car. And he said, yeah, look at the time. And it was like 7 o'clock. I'd been gone for like 2.5 hours.
What?
I know. And I have no idea how.
Did you just sit in the car for a while? I sometimes sit in the car and doom scroll.
No.
Did you have a
I
micro
went to the shop,
nap?
got snacks. Nope. Got into the car, put petrol in, left, drove home.
When did you say this was?
Oh, I've no idea when it was.
Because was it the weekend that the hours changed and
No.
You
It
hadn't put the
was
clocks
well
forward?
before that.
Did you look at the time of your transactions for the payments on your card, or did you do cash?
No, I haven't. I didn't, no. I must admit.
That's insane. Is that like a little time slip?
Ben said I'd been sat at the petrol station for a long time. when he was, because, you know, we can check where each other is with the iPhone.
Yeah,
Find My Phone
Find My
thing.
Friends or whatever it is.
But I literally just went to the petrol station, put petrol in, and came home, and there wasn't a queue or anything. So, yeah, it really freaked me out. I didn't make a big deal of it, because obviously... But I was like, I haven't been gone that long. You've been gone 2.5 hours. It was weird. But anyway, that's what gave me the idea to look up.
No, but I don't feel like we
story.
can gloss over this. It is really weird.
It is extremely weird. I don't know where I was for 2.5 hours. I mean, I know where I was, but the time doesn't add up.
Okay, well, where were you?
Exactly. I've got no explanation. There's nothing. Time just went
Maybe
weird.
you were abducted and then you got put back. Sorry.
In the daytime?
Maybe I shouldn't have. Well,
I can't remember it, so
I think they're counting on the fact that we think that they need to have us somewhere on our own to abduct us. I think they can just kind of abduct kind of like your brain, but leave your body
Like
there.
beam you up, Scotty.
Beam you up, but leave like a physical version of you behind.
what? So you
just like,
Yeah, but if
to
I
anyone
just-
else, you were just sat in your car, like, having a think.
I just feel somebody would have got annoyed if I'd been like sat at the petrol station for 2 hours. Somebody would have been like, I need to use the petrol pump. Move.
Yeah, but you could have been there's space in the front to kind of park, but without queuing.
I mean, I suppose so.
Or next to the
It's a bit-
Levmatique. You could have been next to that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, mate. My mind's blown.
Were you really tired? Could you have fallen asleep, but not realise?
I mean, I'd like to think. I don't know, Becky. I don't know. It's a bit concerning if I just fell asleep without realising.
Just like,
Has it happened again?
No, just that once.
Wow.
Oh, that is strange.
Let's hear your story and see where this is going to go.
Maybe we'll get the explanation in your story.
Yeah, maybe. There isn't really an explanation. I just went missing for 2 hours. But I hadn't realised that I'd been missing. It's weird.
Yes. It's really weird. But I might use it as an excuse one time.
I mean, my brain went to all sorts. I was like, okay, have I changed time
Time
timelines?
zones.
Am I,
yeah. Or
yeah,
like-
am I down now on a different timeline? And, you know,
Oh, but what happened to the Emma on the other timeline?
Do you know what?
Dunno.
I actually think me and my friends are going to be doing a conspiracy theory night soon, and I think I'm going to deep dive this. Not your particular, like, use yours as a story, and then, like, this would have happened to other people, wouldn't it?
did I die? And then
I was just about to say
woke
that,
up
but I
in
didn't
another
want to.
timeline.
Yeah. Did Emma die in that timeline? Oh, what a horrible place to go. The petrol pumps, Emma.
I know.
Did
Did the petrol
shit,
pump
innit? A bit of a shit way to
Yeah.
go.
I don't know.
Are you the OG Emma?
Fuck. I mean, is there an OG Emma? Because the theory is there are infinite dimensions, so infinite versions of ourselves.
Infinite Emmas. Oh.
So anyway, I mean, the mind fucking boggles, but all I know was I've lost about 2 hours of my life and I don't know where they went.
Well, I can't get over it, but... Oh.
That'll teach me for going to the fucking supermarket, see?
You should be an
That's why I don't
ingredient household.
We should. Right, so my story this week is about a guy called Steven Kubacki.
Oh.
He was 23 years old in 1978. He was a student at Hope College, which is a small private Christian university right near the southeastern shore of Lake Michigan. And he was just about to graduate that spring. He was right at the finish line. He was studying German and was known to be really intelligent. People described him as brilliant but quirky.
It's autistic.
Neurospicy. So autistic.
Maybe it's true, isn't it?
It is true. In 1978, yes, it probably was. A bit more free-spirited than the average student there at a pretty conservative college. He stood out. One of his classmates described him as a big Dungeons and Dragons guy.
I've learned about that recently and it blows my mind. It's not what I thought it was.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
I think it's a really complex
Yeah.
role-play fantasy
But
game.
it's not like
Yeah.
a board game. I mean, there is a board on it, but it's like every game's different.
Yeah, it's a lot cooler than what I thought it was.
I thought absolute losers, and then somebody explained it to me, and I was like, "What? This is so cool!" I mean, I do not concentrate at anything enough. I would never be able to follow the game.
I won't be able to
But-
sit there for 6 hours. No.
I just
Not-
don't
not
follow
that
I mean,
it.
it can go on for days
days.
and days
Yeah.
and yeah.
But I was like, "Good for you guys that love it," and I'm no
Yeah.
longer thinking.
I've never played it.
No, me neither.
I struggle enough with Monopoly.
That's what I'm
lasts
saying.
far too fucking long.
Uno, and I'll get confused. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Uno. It's just one card.
oh,
So apart from Dungeons and Dragons, he was also massively outdoorsy. So he'd climbed mountains in Europe while studying abroad. He was experienced and comfortable outside, not reckless, not clueless, which makes what happens next even more strange. It wasn't out of character at all for Steven to tell his roommate he was heading off to go cross-country skiing on his own near Lake Michigan. This was just the kind of thing he did. He said he'd be gone a couple of days, nothing unusual, nothing worrying, but then a couple of days passed, and Steven didn't come back. Then more time passed, still nothing. And after about a week, his roommate realised this really wasn't normal.
After a week.
Something was really wrong
Mm.
after a week. I mean, it was casual, it's college, I'll be gone a couple of days. So he realised something was wrong, so he alerted the authorities, and Steven Kubacki was officially reported missing. Search parties were sent out almost immediately, but at first there was no trace of him, until someone spotted something off in the distance near the frozen lake. It was his backpack, his skis, and his ski poles. All just there. And the way they were left didn't look like anything had gone wrong. It looked like he'd simply taken them off and placed them down neatly. There was no sign of struggle, no sign of distress, nothing, which honestly makes it even more unsettling. Understandably, the authorities found this discovering is because I was reading the next word at the same time as saying the first word. Understandably, the authorities found this discovery chilling and called in more support. Soon, helicopters were flying overhead, searching for anything that might help them find Steven. But the conditions were against them. It had been snowing almost constantly since he'd disappeared, so any tracks or clues would have quickly been covered. And on top of that, a thick fog had settled over the area, making visibility poor and the search almost impossible. But then, someone on the ground found something else. Footprints. Footprints that led straight onto the frozen lake and then just stopped. Which meant one of two things. He had either somehow vanished into midair, or he'd fallen through the ice.
yeah, that's where my brain went.
Even though the lake looked completely frozen, there were areas with dangerous currents underneath, making the ice weaker in certain spots. So it was decided that despite knowing the risks, Steven must have walked out onto the lake, fallen through, and drowned. And with that, his family and friends began mourning the loss of Steven Kubacki.
Aw.
But something about all this didn't sit right with the people who knew Steven. Why would he take off his things, lay them neatly on the ground, and then walk straight into what he knew was an extremely dangerous place? Steven had everything going for him. He had a girlfriend in Germany, he was doing really well at school, he had no family issues at all, and he even had a job lined up after graduation. Life was going really well for him. So purposely ending it all seemed impossible. And making such a grave mistake felt highly improbable. His parents, convinced there was more to this, hired a private investigator. But she too came up empty-handed. Then other theories began to surface. because around the time Stephen disappeared, other young men with a similar profile had been vanishing without a trace. It wasn't until later that people learned the truth behind those disappearances. Serial killer John Wayne Gacy had been targeting young men, luring them in before murdering them. When Gacy was finally caught, Stephen's dental records were sent off to be compared with those of the victims, but there was no match. Steven Kubacki was not one of John Wayne Gacy's victims. And yet, he was still gone. The college held a vigil for Stephen. He was reported as missing and presumed dead, and his classmates mourned him. The college even granted him his degree in absentia, which I think means that you get the degree even though you're not there. Oh, yes, I've actually explained it, meaning it was awarded to him even though he wasn't there to receive it. Then spring came, the ice on Lake Michigan thawed, and the lake was dragged. Everyone expected they would finally find his body and get some closure, but nothing. There were no remains, no trace of Stephen at all. Now, May 6th of 1979, a woman was out walking with a friend, enjoying the nice spring weather. As she turned the corner leading back to her house, she noticed a man sitting on her front porch. At first, nothing seemed unusual, but as she got closer, she started to realise who she was looking at, and she could hardly believe it. It was her nephew, Steven Kubacki. The same Stephen who had been presumed dead for the past 14 months.
That's quite a long
14
time as well,
months.
isn't it?
On May 5th, 1979, well over a year after he went missing, Steven Kubacki woke up in a grassy area in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, around 700 miles east from where he'd vanished. It was a Saturday night. Kubacki had no memory of the previous 14 and a half months and said he didn't immediately realise how much time had passed until he bought a newspaper and saw the date. From there, he made his way to his aunt's house in Great Barrington, about 20 miles away, and was later reunited with the rest of his family in South Deerfield. But things didn't make any more sense. He was wearing clothes he didn't recognise, a pair of very worn running shoes, had a backpack filled with maps and hitchhiking signs, he had a brand new pair of glasses and about $40 cash in his pocket. Stephen had no recollection of the past 14 months, only vague feelings of cold, darkness and a deep exhaustion, as if his body had been running for a very long time. No one ever came forward to say that they had seen Stephen during this time either. After a few months, he stopped answering reporters' questions and went on to live a seemingly normal life. What happened to Stephen during those 14 months remains a complete mystery. But the fact that he disappeared in what some call the Lake Michigan Triangle might have something to do with it. So yes, Lake Michigan has a triangle, much like the Bermuda Triangle, except obviously a little bit smaller, and it's on a lake. But before I continue, that's a bit wild, right? The guy basically lost 14 months and 700 miles.
Did he look dishevelled?
He felt tired, but no, he didn't look dishevelled at all. And he was wearing clothes that weren't his, running shoes that looked as if he'd been running and running and running in them. And that's what he felt like, but
It's almost like someone or something had planted him back with stuff as if he'd just been hitchhiking around, isn't it?
yeah.
Were the
yeah.
glasses the right prescription?
Yeah.
Ah,
Strange, right?
yeah.
Okay, Lake Michigan. It's one of the 5 Great Lakes in North America, bordering the states of Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Indiana. It's huge. It's actually more like an inland sea than a lake.
Right.
I was looking at something about the Great Lakes of America, and they're huge.
Oh, yeah.
And some of them are really deep as well. Yeah. And they're like tidal and stuff. They have waves in them. Cool.
Well, yeah, that's why I was saying earlier they had really strong currents.
Yeah.
So some of the ice was weaker in some spots.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit more like an inland sea than an actual lake, with deep cold waters and often unpredictable weather. The area known as the Lake Michigan Triangle is said to sit between the cities of Ludington, Benton Harbor, and Manitowoc. Probably butchered all of those, but there you go. Forming a rough triangle across the lake. Over the years, this area has been linked to strange disappearances, unexplained events, and eerie sightings, which is why some people compare it to a smaller freshwater version of the Bermuda Triangle. Back on the night of April 28, 1937, the freighter O.S. McFarland was crossing Lake Michigan carrying nearly 10,000 tons of coal. It was freezing out, the lake partially covered in ice, slowing the ship down as it made its way towards Port Washington, Wisconsin. In charge was Captain George R. Donner, a 57-year-old experienced sailor who had spent decades on these waters, but that night had been particularly stressful. Both compasses on the ship had mysteriously stopped working, forcing him to navigate through icy conditions under pressure, and by the time things had stabilised, he was exhausted. At around 10:20 p.m, after finally getting through the worst of it, Donner told his crew he was going to his cabin to rest. He gave clear instructions to wake him when they were nearing their destination, roughly 3 hours later. And then he headed down to his cabin, shutting the door behind him. And here's where it starts to get strange. For the next couple of hours, the crew would actually hear him inside, movement, noises like he was awake, moving around, maybe going through paperwork, so they knew he was in there. Then around 1:20 a.m, as the ship approached Port Washington, the second mate went to wake him up, just like he'd been told to. He knocked on the door. No answer. He called out. Still nothing. So then he tried the handle. The door was locked from the inside. They knew he had to be in there. They'd heard him. So they fetched a key, like a skeleton key, that opened all the doors on the ship, and unlocked the door. The cabin was empty. Completely empty. No sign of Donner anywhere. The bed didn't look slept in, the room was undisturbed, and the cabin itself was windowless or portholeless. I don't know what's the right thing to say for a ship. No way in, no way out.
Apart from the door that was locked. Yeah.
Yeah. From the inside.
Mm.
He was just gone. The crew searched the entire ship, every room, every corner, top to bottom. Nothing. No trace of him at all. When they reached port, authorities were called and a full search of the lake began. But just like on the ship, they found nothing. No body, no clue, no explanation. Captain George R. Donner had been heard inside his locked, windowless cabin and then somehow vanished without a trace. And it's not just people on land or ships on the water, because in 1950, something happened in the skies above Lake Michigan. A Northwest Orient Airlines flight 2501, was making its way across the lake with 58 people on board, a completely normal flight, until the weather turned. A storm started building, and the pilot requested permission to descend to a lower altitude to avoid it, but that request was denied. Not long after that, the plane disappeared. No distress call, no warning, nothing, just gone. The next day, small pieces of debris were found floating in the lake, but that's all that was ever found. No plane, no wreckage, no bodies, nothing. And to this day, no one knows exactly what happened to Flight 2501. Another disappearance, different time, different place, but the same lake. So what could possibly explain all of this? Some people will say it's nothing more than a series of tragic coincidences. The lake is huge, unpredictable, with sudden storms, dangerous currents, and conditions that can turn in seconds. But others aren't so convinced, because over the years there have been multiple reports of strange lights in the sky above Lake Michigan, including a well-documented event in 1994 where over 300 people reported UFO-like objects. And even a meteorologist from the National Weather Station tracked them on radar, showing objects moving in impossible speeds, changing direction suddenly, and even hovering before shooting off. And it's not just in the sky. People have reported strange phenomena on the water too. Sudden, dense fog appearing out of nowhere, compasses and instruments failing without explanation, yet unusual waves and currents that don't behave as they should. None of this proves anything paranormal, and yet, when you put this all together, people vanishing, a captain disappearing from a locked cabin, a plane gone without a distress call, and unexplained objects moving over the lake, it does make you wonder, is it all just coincidence? Or is it something more sinister?
Something's happening there, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, it seems a lot of stuff in one place.
I feel like the plane is a big one, isn't it? Like,
The plane
where's that
is
gone?
weird because they found bits of it. So it's
Yeah.
obviously crashed. And I know it's a
So
bit...
I feel like, you know, you could probably debunk, like, maybe Stephen having some sort of mental breakdown and he's done a Forrest Gump and just gone for a walk for a long time and just camped or whatever. You could debunk that. You could debunk the captain. Someone, you know, killed him and then, I don't know, they've covered it up somehow. You can debunk lights in the sky as aeroplanes or satellites, can't you? But a whole arse plane going missing and 54 people.
58, yeah.
58, like, that's
Yeah.
insane, isn't it?
Yeah, and they find more debris than that in, like, proper oceans. I know that it's a big lake. I know that it is big.
Yeah.
But if you think how big,
No,
like,
they'd have found the
ocean-
plane.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
would have found it, wouldn't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go.
Very, very
Stephen
strange.
Kubacki and Lake Michigan Triangle.
So are you saying
Spooky.
there's a Bermuda Triangle where you live?
I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know what happened for 2 hours.
It is very strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'd be a lot more freaked out if it was 14 months, but...
Also would we.
yeah. Actually, that's why we haven't been recording. I've only just turned up again.
Yeah.
She just turns up. She went out for snacks and was gone for 4 months.
Anyway, after the weirdness...
When there's something strange in the neighborhood, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Tune. I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Ooh.
But I'm afraid of accidentally slipping timelines, changing.
Yeah, I'm afraid of that. I'm definitely afraid more of that than ghosts.
Well, you wouldn't realise it. The only reason I realised it is because my family were like, where the fuck have you been?
Your children say that to you. Where the fuck have you been, mother?
Where the fuck have you been, mother? No, they don't.
Give me
They
my
do call me
snacks.
mother, though.
Do they?
Yeah, mother. Like, stop it. Mother dearest. They do actually call me mother dearest.
If mine called me mum, I get really upset.
As opposed to mummy.
Yeah, or mama.
Oh, God, mummy's long gone.
Ah, is it?
Yeah.
Mine's mum or mummy. Mum, I don't find mum offensive.
I do.
If they started calling me
No.
Rebecca,
I
That'd
don't
be
like
weird.
mum.
I've been mum for ages.
Have you? Oh, it makes me sad.
My little one, who's not so little, she's going to be 8. She calls me mother. Mother.
Mother do.
Mother.
are your children Victorians, little Victorian children? Mother, da,
She's doing it to be funny. She's not.
may we have more porridge?
She's not. Yeah, she's doing it to be funny, Becky. She's not Victorian.
She's just dicking about. She's not possessed.
Does she always call you?
Tell yourself that, Emma.
No, when she's trying to be funny or mucking about, it's mother.
Hey, mother.
But when she's upset and she needs her mummy, it's mum. Mum.
I don't even answer to mum. Who is this mum you talk of?
I'm mummy.
Esme still calls you mummy.
Yeah. Or mama, or mooma.
Oh.
Even in front of her friends.
Muma, let's bake some cookies from our ingredients that we
With our
have
moo milk.
plenty of. We are an ingredient household.
I
Mummy.
never thought I'd be an ingredient household, but we are.
Forgetteth not the cream cheese.
Shall we have a scone, Mummy?
It's only 3 ingredients, don't you know? It's only a scone once it's gone.
Oh, God.
Who am I? Haven't I changed?
Yeah, you have. You have. If you start painting things beige and just wearing beige, I'm a beige mum. No, I'm a beige mummy.
Well, what I have...
Not like other mum. I'm a cool mum.
No, what I have started doing, though, is buying more classic things. So I've turned 35 and I've actually had a bit of a breakdown about this. And it's never... Any age has never affected me, ever. I've literally felt no way about my birthday. And then I literally was like, God, I'm 35. And I know this isn't old. I completely appreciate it. But just really, like, all of a sudden I feel like I don't know what I'm meant to wear. Just, like, wish that I'd taken better care of my skin and my body. And, like, all of these things that I haven't been doing. And I literally woke up one morning and threw out like 2 massive bagfuls of clothes.
I so need to do this. I'm
I just
all
did
for
it.
Yeah.
I just literally like went through my clothes rail and in my drawers and I was like, nope. And I've bought a few items and they're all quite...
Beige.
No, like into... No, they're not. So I've bought a blue like denim dress, but
that's
it's
fine.
never... But it's never not going to look good. Do you know what I mean? It's not
It's a
like...
very classic piece.
It's like a classic piece.
It's such a
Yeah.
classic
Please tell me
piece,
that you
know,
haven't
to go into
thrown out
wardrobe.
your Carol Baskin jacket. Was it a jacket or a dress? The tiger one.
It was a shirt. It was a
Oh.
shirt.
Please tell me you still have it.
I wore it like 3 times and I've never worn it again, but I still do love it. And
So you haven't thrown that away.
I haven't thrown that away.
Good, because I still remember when you told me about it and you were like, Carol Baskin.
Killed her husband, whacked it. Carol Baskin. No, I have still got the Carol Baskin shirt, but I am also buying just a lot more classical pieces that are interchangeable. And
Oh my God.
I know. I hate myself, but also
Classic pieces, and you can wear
And
them
also-
with one another. They go with timeless. They are timeless.
timeless pieces. And also,
You start dressing like old money when it's all like beige and pastel blue.
Yeah, it's very beige.
Yeah.
Totes.
it's not beige, but like neutral.
Clean. Is it a clean girl? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
There's the occasional buckle that's not beige.
It's also like spending more money on pieces because I want them to last. I'm not doing the whole fast fashion thing, but that means you've got to be savvy about what you're buying.
Well,
can't
darling,
buy-
being an ingredients only household, you could never do fast fashion. Ever.
I think you just should start spinning your own yarn.
Oh, God, who am I? No, this is why I'm having this crisis, because I'm doing these things, but I also hate that I'm doing it.
I think it's good. We've reached a
I
point
don't
where
know.
it's fine.
I don't know.
I think I'm going to grow potatoes this year in the garden.
Well, that's fine.
Oh, you can definitely garden. I did that last year. It was fine. It was fine. I
Gardening's
bought 2
therapeutic.
blueberry bushes this year. Very exciting.
Oh, fancy. Who are we? I mean, who
I
are
don't
you?
fucking know. I don't know who I am.
Potatoes are a good one to... You also not have a famine throughout the winter if you grow potatoes.
Yeah,
No
that's what I'm
famine.
thinking.
Get
If
some
if
chickens
this
for
world war
snacks.
keeps going off, we'll
My dog
need your
will kill
potatoes.
those.
Mm.
What? Oh, your dog would kill them, yeah.
So anyway, this is the new me. I haven't bought any skincare for months because I'm just using up the stuff that I've got, even if it's not stuff that I overly like because
Frugal.
and why not use what we have?
Oh, I mean, yeah, 100%. Save that dollar. Save the dollar for the timeless classic pieces.
Started buying Who Gives a Crap toilet roll, which is meant to be more environmentally friendly. It comes in a box of 48 toilet rolls.
Are we actually talking about toilet rolls?
I don't know what I'm talking about, but guys, I'm not okay.
Oh, babe.
Anyway,
It's whatever you need to get to, it's fine. If these toilet rolls bring you joy, then you
they're
wipe
just
your
toilet
ass with that.
rolls.
Yeah.
I just find it really embarrassing buying toilet roll as well because I wonder if they're judging you at the till thinking you buy it too often.
I went into the shop and just bought toilet roll the other day.
I would be so embarrassed by that.
No, I was like, should I buy more stuff? And I was like, I only need this. And it was a big 24-pack, big one.
I couldn't do it.
I was like, I need this, please. And stared at the cashier and was like, if we shit in our house, I love pooping.
No. I could never.
Tash does not poop in her ingredients only beige, classic timeless piece, not fast fashion household. No.
I just couldn't buy toilet. I hate buying toilet
Or
roll.
maybe she has to buy so much because of all the fibre that she's putting in her.
Fibre would mean that my poo's nice and good, wouldn't it?
It made you poo a lot if you have lots of fibre.
I think you should go a couple of steps ahead and start like a homeowners association in your little thing and start like
Village.
moaning at people that they haven't mowed their grass properly. Stuff like that.
No, my grass hasn't been mown this year. I haven't done it yet. The gardener's coming tomorrow.
Bake sale.
I love a bake sale. The last time the school did one, I baked 8 cakes for them.
Oh, bless you.
8.
You're so good.
Yeah.
I buy a cake at a push.
No, I just wanted to be seen as the person who took the most cakes.
Mine always get bought first because they're prettier than the others.
How old are you, Becky?
Same age as Tash at the minute. And in July, I'm going to be 36. So I'm going to be closer to 40 than 30.
I think this is what it is as well. It's being closer to 40. Oh, and my toenail fell off last week.
The arthritic toe?
No, another one.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, this one's going to become the arthritis toe. Clippity clop. Oh.
It's on the same
But then again,
foot.
your little toenails are absolutely
Oh.
shit. So
There you go.
Yeah,
We
my
love you, but
toenail.
you've got shit toenails,
shit,
mate.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
little toenails
They're
are just
called
like a little...
Irish toes, aren't they? They're Irish toes.
What does that mean?
More
What
people
are they like?
don't have like a very good nail on their little toe.
I saw a thing about it on like TikTok, and basically my little toe is so small it might as well not be there. It's like that,
Yeah.
basically. And the
It's got a
toenail
little
is like
tiny nail
almost.
on it.
But I let the nail grow out now, so it's fine.
So it's like
I
a
used
millimetre
to paint.
instead of...
It's
So you've,
like longer
you've got
than it should
no
be.
toenails on 2 toes and then just a really long one on this
really long little
stub.
toenail.
This
No, my big
pathetic
toenail
excuse.
grew back. No, my big nail too grew back. Toenail grew back.
What, the
See, she
arthritic
can't
toe
speak
has
anymore.
toenails?
Yeah, it's got
Okay.
toenail. But then, because I did like a marathon walk at the beginning of January, and I think that the toenail must have been bruised from it, and it just fell off last week.
Maybe the toenail just switched timelines.
Maybe it did.
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone's going to wake up tomorrow and be like, I've got a fucking massive toenail. Where did that come from? Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Losing a toenail is horrible. I remember when I had the pub and I broke my big toe, and when the toenail actually fell off, I fainted. I was that gross.
Oh no,
off
mine
it.
one didn't even hurt. It literally just
No,
I
it didn't.
even.
It wasn't the pain, it was just the fucking disgustingness of the fact that it had just got
I just didn't even know it was going to fall off, and then I just like
Lost
was looking
it.
at my toes, and I thought, oh, that feels a bit funny. And then
Took your
it's
sock
just
off and
there,
your toenail
and it was
fell
off. I was like, oh, there you are.
Degloved your toe.
Hello, little friend.
Your hair's very blonde.
My hair is very blonde. that's the only thing about getting a bit older that I'm disagreeing with. I can't have black hair anymore because I've got too much grey.
Oh, I have to go and get my hair dyed every 6 weeks now.
Well, I can't be asked to do
I've
that.
I've also suddenly got a lot more grey this year. I've got one here, and like tufts.
Oh yeah.
It's like a little, like two little. I'd look like a badger if I had all natural
Yeah,
hair,
I
just
would.
like growing out the sides.
Yeah, me too. It's on the sides, all here.
I think it's that it wouldn't be so bad if I had like a wisp of it in the front. Because if I had like a wisp, I'd honestly embrace that. I think it'd look cool. But
I don't
no
know
wisp.
I don't know if you would though, because grey and white hair is a lot coarser, and it's a lot more. It's not nice hair. It's not like you could have a silky straight.
I think once it's all gone grey, it's fine.
Maybe my grey is awful. It's all just. It's like almost like pubes.
So I don't let my roots go too bad at the minute. I'm trying to keep on top of it, so it doesn't get long. You know, there's not enough grey for me to see if it feels different.
Yeah.
It definitely is different. Anyway,
Should we listen to your story, Becky?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
let's get on with it. So, are you ready for my story?
Born ready,
absolutely.
mate.
Let's try and get myself a bit more comfortable. Oh God, dropping everything.
oh, she's always got to have a shuffle, hasn't she?
Yeah, I have to be comfortable.
Are you shitting comfortably?
Oh, I thought you said, "Are you shitting?"
Well,
Well,
if some listeners, I bet at least one listener has listened to us while they're
I hope
pooping.
not.
I hope so.
Oh, that's
I hope
disgusting.
it's
You
good.
hope so? Oh no.
That's how you know you've really hit it big time. People listen to us while they shit.
That's disgusting.
Oh,
Write in
think
and
what-
tell us, have you pooped
Oh,
while
please
listening to us?
don't.
Yeah, please tell us. And even if it's not true, tell us that you did. Just to annoy Tash.
Make up a little
Right.
story and I shall send it to
Disgusting.
Tash.
Oh, I don't want to know.
No, just message us on Instagram because that's what Tash deals with. So
Oh, yeah.
She'll get all the
Message Tash on
messages.
Instagram.
and I will block and delete you.
No, she won't.
no, she won't. We need all of you. Right. Are you guys ready for my story for the first one of
Yeah.
2026? I was quite excited to read this one out, but also it's not a very nice story. So as we'll see as I start reading it. It was meant to be the kind of holiday that you see in the brochures. Golden sand, whitewashed villas, and the warm breeze of the Algarve. In May 2007, Jerry and Kate were two successful doctors from Leicestershire, arrived at the Ocean Club Resort in Praia da Luz in Portugal. They weren't alone, they were travelling with a group of 7 friends. They would later be dubbed the Tapas 7, and their children. Among them was 3-year-old Madeleine. So if you haven't worked it out already, this is the Madeleine McCann case. She was a bright,
I knew.
energetic girl with blonde hair and a very rare, very distinctive feature, a dark strip on the iris of her right eye. It's called a coloboma, apparently. And for the first few days, the trip was exactly how it was supposed to be. Pictures from that week show Madeleine smiling by the pool, squinting in the sun, and wearing a pink and white sun hat. But as the sun set on the Thursday, the 3rd of May, the perfect holiday was about to dissolve into the most heavily reported missing persons cases in modern history. Today we go back to apartment 5A. And to understand what happened that night, you will have to look at the geography of where they were staying. So the McCanns were staying in apartment 5A, which was a ground floor unit. About 50 yards away, roughly about a minute's walk, was the resort's tapas restaurant. The parents in the group had a system. Rather than hiring a babysitter, they would leave their children asleep in the apartments and take turns walking back every 20 to 30 minutes to check on them. So at 9 p.m., it was Jerry McCann's turn, so he walks back to their apartment, enters through the unlocked patio doors, and he sees the 3 children, Madeleine and the 2-year-old twins, sleeping soundly. He notices the bedroom door is slightly more open than he remembered, but he thinks nothing of it. He goes back to dinner. At 9:15 p.m, one of the other Tapas 7, Jane Tanner, walks back to check on her own kids, and as she walks, she sees a man carrying a child in pink pajamas away from the direction of the apartments. And at the time, she thinks that it's just another tourist. And this would later become one of the most debated sightings in criminal history. 10 p.m, it's Kate's turn. She walks to the apartment, she enters, it's quiet. But as she goes into the children's room, she feels a draft. The window is wide open and the shutters are up. She looks at the beds, and the twins are there, but Madeleine's bed is empty, and only her cuddle cat, Soft Toy, remains. Kate, panicked, runs back to the restaurant, screaming the words that would soon ring out across the globe. Madeleine's gone. Someone's taken her. The immediate aftermath is like a masterclass of how to not secure a crime scene. Dozens of people, staff, guests, locals, trampled through the apartment, trampling on all the evidence, Evidence was likely wiped away before the forensics team could even get in there. Imagine it's less than 24 hours since your daughter vanished. You haven't slept. You're in a foreign country where you don't speak the language at all. The local police are already overwhelmed. And Kate and Jerry didn't wait for the slow-moving investigation. They saw that and it wasn't going fast enough. They knew that in most kidnapping cases, the first 48 hours are everything. So in the morning of the 4th of May, they stepped in front of a wall of cameras in Praia de Luz for their very first press appeal. A lot of us probably remember a little bit of that when it first, I remember when it first happened, seeing them on the news. And the footage from that day was haunting. You have Jerry, who's trying to remain composed, his medical training perhaps acting as a shield. And then you have Kate. She's holding Madeleine's favourite stuffed animal, that little cuddle cat, that she calls it. She looks fragile, her eyes are red, and she was staring into the sea of flashbulbs that were opposite them. Jerry took the lead. He didn't use flowery language. He spoke with the clinical precision of a doctor, but his voice had the unmistakable tremor. He said, "We cannot describe the anguish and the despair we are feeling. Please, if you have Madeleine, let her come home to her mummy and daddy and her brother and sister." He made a direct plea to the person that he believed had walked into the apartment and taken his daughter from her bed. He had told the world that Madeleine was a very vibrant, happy girl, and begged anyone who had seen anything, even the smallest detail, to come forward. But this is where the strange dark element starts to creep in, because the McCanns were so proactive, because they stood before the world's press so quickly, with such a polished appeal. The Portuguese authority began to feel uneasy. In Portugal, the police typically keep a very tight lid on investigations. They don't do publicity. And when the McCanns hired a PR expert and began like an international media blitz, the local investigators didn't see that as desperate parents. They were seeing it as more as someone that was trying to control the narrative. For the first few months, the world was on the McCann's side, but then it started to shift. In a move that shocked the public, the Portuguese police named Kate and Jerry McCann as arguidos, which means that they're official suspects. The theory of the accident, so led by Detective Gonzalo Amaral, the Portuguese authorities began to believe more in the dark alternative. They theorized that Madeleine had died in an accident in the apartment, perhaps a fall, and the parents fearing for their medical careers and other children had staged an abduction and hidden the body. So what proof did they have for this theory? British sniffer dogs called Eddie and Keeler One was trained to find human blood, and the other to find the scent of a cadaver. And the dogs alerted in the apartment and in the Renault Scenic the McCanns had rented 3 weeks after the disappearance. So yeah, in the car that they rented 3 weeks after she disappeared. So the McCanns denied this. The DNA found in the car was inconclusive, and also who else had the vehicle before them. So yeah, they checked the DNA that was in the car, like the blood, and it was inconclusive. It matched 15 out of 19 of Madeleine's markers. As her parents shared the DNA, the scent could have come from Madeleine's clothes or even a dirty nappy. And by 2008, their status as suspects was lifted due to lack of evidence.
Did the cadaver dog find a scent in the apartment or just in the car?
Yeah. In the apartment and in the car. Mm. But, I mean, they said that it could be a lot of things. It could have been, coming in from everyone was in that room. It could have been so many things.
What, that would set off a cadaver dog?
Yeah, apparently. They can have false positives.
Not very often, though, are they?
Yeah, but apparently they can still do. But there was also no other evidence. There could have been a body in that car. It's all very, very murky, but they have to go on like beyond reasonable doubt. You know what I mean? That they,
of course, yeah.
There's other explanations. It can be explained away. So there's some other theories on what happened. One of them was Robert Murat. So just 12 days after Madeleine vanished, the police focused on a British-Portuguese man living just 100 yards from those apartments. His name was Robert Murat.
British-Portuguese? What does that mean?
Yeah, I think he must have been like half British, half Portuguese.
Okay.
So the strange detail, Murat didn't hide. In fact, he was everywhere. He volunteered as an interpreter for the police and the McCanns. He was so helpful that it kind of became creepy to some people how involved he wanted to be. A journalist named Laurie Campbell noticed that he was too involved, walking around like an official, asking questions and lingering near the family. So the police searched his house, they drained his pool, ripped up his floors, interrogated him for hours, and they found nothing. It turned out that Murat was just a man with a daughter who looked a lot like Madeleine, so it really got him here, and he was desperately trying to help. And he actually later won a massive settlement against the media for destroying his reputation.
Well, yeah, poor guy who's just trying to help.
But it's also sometimes killers do come back and try and get involved with the search and that. So, I mean, that's probably the sort of weird thing that I would have picked up on, but I think that it's different looking into him, and it's different like blasting him all over the media because
but that is what the media did at that time, isn't it? They just
I know that is what
the media were awful at that time.
Well, they still do
but
now.
Not to the extent it was back then in the early 2000s. But the media was awful, wasn't it?
Then there's this other theory. So in the months following the disappearance, a terrifying pattern emerged from the resort's past. So witnesses began reporting a man who they'd seen lurking around the Oceans Club in the weeks prior to Madeleine's disappearance. Some reports describe a man in a gas mask or a balaclava. And I thought, well, if you saw someone in a gas mask, I don't know what I'd do. I just don't understand how anyone with a gas mask on would have good intentions. Or a balaclava, but
no.
I mean, if they were hanging around the resort, I would definitely raise that with the.
I'd probably raise an alarm. I'm not the one to like be. I'd be like, I'd definitely. Something would need to happen. And apparently, he'd broken into villas while children were sleeping in the rooms. One specific lead pointed to Euclides Montiero, a former employee of the Oceans Club, who had been fired for theft. He had a history of unusual behaviour and he lived nearby. However, he died in a tractor accident in 2009. And by the time police managed to get around to look at him as a serious suspect, he was already gone and taken away any potential secrets to the grave.
So, sorry, when did this disappearance happen?
Happened in 2007, in May.
Okay, and they didn't think to check this weird gas mask balaclava.
They were concentrating on the parents.
This is the thing with this case, isn't it? Like, there were so many pitfalls and so much that shouldn't have happened or should have happened sooner. And this is why it will never be resolved, isn't it? Because it was so poorly handled from day one.
Yeah.
So, sorry, just to be clear, the guy with the gas mask and the balaclava, was that the employee that got fired for theft?
That's what everyone suspected it was him.
Okay.
But we don't even know if it was him, and he's dead now, so we can't go any further with that.
2 years sounds like a wild amount of time to put those two things together, but hey.
Yeah. It's a massive shitstorm, as this case. So many things has gone wrong with it. The whole press thing that they did got it out there, and they had the means to do it, and the contacts, I think, to do it. If this had happened this year, they would have been probably looked into for like child endangerment, which never happened.
The fact that they left their kids in an apartment, that wouldn't have been got away with.
And the fact that it didn't was because they're two doctors, two intelligent white people. If I'd have left my child in, if it was just like someone normal, I think they would have been done for something.
How old were the twins?
I think 2, and she was 3.
Oh, God.
I mean, that is very young. Very young.
That is too young. It's something I might do maybe now, as long as I could, like, see the window or something from where I was sat.
I think it was just literally a minute's walk. So that's basically, by the time you've got up off your chair and walked just, like, not
but
very far.
But you wouldn't hear them crying, or you wouldn't know it was your child crying.
No,
you would maybe hear a kid crying, but you wouldn't.
Exactly.
I wouldn't leave 2 and 3-year-olds on their own anyway.
I just think, well, it's you want to go, I think it's one of those things, you want to go on holiday where you've got kids, you've got...
put them in a buggy and put them to sleep. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I always did, just get them asleep in the buggy and just kind of... They ended up sleeping. But I know that they had 3 very young children. That's a lot of buggies. But...
Yeah, it's not to mum shame, but it is a bit of a shitty thing to do. They were very little.
Yeah. And then there's the whole babysitting. You're in Portugal. You don't know anyone. You could get a babysitting service, but you don't know if they're, like, credible or not. I think it's just one of those things. Once you have the kids, you got to suck it up and look after them and not have as much fun as you maybe would have done without them. The dynamic changes. I mean, it's awful what happened, and I think it made a lot of us keep our children a bit closer. But here's some more theories anyway. There was a lot of theories about her being trafficked as well, about Madeleine being trafficked. And on the 9th of May, just 6 days after she vanished, a Norwegian woman named Mary Ollie was at a petrol station in Marrakesh, Morocco. And she saw a small blonde girl with a man. The blonde girl looked sad and asked the man, "Can I see mummy now?" She reported it, but the Moroccan and Portuguese authorities were very slow to coordinate, which seems to be the massive theme throughout the whole thing. It's very, very slow. And by the time they took it seriously, the man and the girl had vanished. And years later, a photo of emerged of a Madeleine lookalike in Morocco, but it turned out just to be a local girl from a Berber family who happened to be blonde. And obviously a little blonde kid in Marrakesh, especially in the early 2000s, well, in like 2007, would have probably really stuck out like a sore thumb. And then there's this. This is the going back to the night that it happened. Jane Tanner, one of the people that were at the restaurant with them, one of the tapas 7, when she went to check on her children, she saw a man carrying a child at 9:15 p.m. And for years, this was the kidnapper profile. But at 10 p.m., the exact moment that Kate discovered Madeleine was gone, another family, the Smiths from Ireland, saw a man carrying a blonde girl towards the beach. And for 6 years, the police looked for the Tanner man. Then in 2013, Scotland Yard realised that this man was actually just another British tourist carrying his own daughter home from the night nursery. They had been chasing a ghost suspect for over half a decade. It was there was this other guy that was seen in the area that ended up to be like the new suspect that they were looking on. But yeah, they've been trying to find the wrong person for all that time. But you know, she was only reporting what she was seeing. I mean, when you're not expecting your friend's daughter to go missing, you're not really looking at everything. I don't know. I don't really look around me all the time. But anyway, for years and years, the case went cold. Lots of people, and especially lots of people from the UK, think it's the McCanns that killed their own daughter or drugged the children a little bit too much to keep them calm and in the room, and it went wrong. And then they had to cover it up. That's what a lot of people think. But again, they're just doing that with no evidence.
Didn't they find syringes in the apartment?
I don't think they found syringes, but I think there was like medication that they'd used to sedate them. Whether it was a syringe or not, I'm not sure.
So they had sedated their children so they could go and have tapas?
I think they brought stuff to sedate them on the plane.
Okay, so they hadn't sedated them that night.
No, but that's what everyone's like, oh, well, they just probably... It is people talking. Just,
yeah.
Oh, they're doctors, so they have access to all of this. I mean, things that are sedate children, they're all controlled substances. You can't... I'm assuming you can't just walk into the hospital where you work and, like, help yourself from the medicine cabinet.
Well, you're not meant to.
No,
but it doesn't mean
not.
it doesn't happen.
I hope not. Anyway, I'm not saying it doesn't happen ever, but I think they're really cutting down on stuff like that now. Hopefully, anyway. So anyway, for years and years, the case went cold. I mean, we all know it comes back every now and again. And in 2020, a name emerged that changed everything. Christian Bruckner. Bruckner is a German national and a convicted sex offender who was living in a camper van near the Prieur de Luz area in 2007. So the evidence against him is his cell phone was pinged at the Ocean Club Resort just an hour before Madeleine vanished. A former associate of Bruckner claimed that while they were drinking, he saw a news report on Madeleine, and he said drunkenly, "Oh, she didn't scream."
Oh.
Chilling.
Oh.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I know, it's awful. He's already serving time for the rape of an elderly woman in the same area. German prosecutors have stated that they have concrete evidence that McCann is dead and he killed her, although they have yet to bring formal charges in the McCann case. So he remains the prime suspect as of 2026.
Wow.
Because Madeleine's body has never been found, the hope that she is still alive somewhere remains a powerful force. This has led to several young women coming forward, claiming they might be the grown-up Madeleine. The most famous of these is Julia Wendell, also known as Julia Faustina, a Polish woman that went viral in 2023. I'm sure you've all remember this. She pointed to her similar coloboma in her eyes and that little streak of black and a spot in her leg. She claimed to have very few childhood memories and that her parents were secretive about her birth certificate. So the McCanns are always willing to follow a lead, so they will always do DNA if anyone like this pops up. However, the results confirmed that she was 100% Polish, and her family in Poland later released photos of her as a young child, proving that she was their biological daughter and had struggled with mental health issues. Julia isn't the first. A girl in Rome, a student in Manchester, and a teenager in France have all been identified as Madeleine by the internet, and each time the world holds its breath, each time the DNA says no. I understand a lot of those, I think, well, especially Julia was mentally ill, but some of them, I think they were just fuck knows what they're doing. I was thinking, what the fuck are you doing? I just don't understand people. They all must have some sort of mental problem going on. Or they just want attention. Fuck no.
They just want attention.
I just don't understand how.
Yeah,
I think some of them just want attention. I was thinking, how the fuck do you get to the point where you're like, oh, this gorgeous little 3-year-old, maybe I don't know, fuck off. I just think I just want to punch him in the face.
No, it's awful.
Smack him with a wet fish. Right. So next year, 20-year anniversary of this happening. Poor little Madeleine Moo. So yeah, nearly 2 decades after that night in Praia de Luz, apartment 5A has a new owner. The tapas restaurant has changed its name, but the search for Madeleine McCann remains the eternal investigation. Whether she was taken by a predator like Bruckner, or whether she's out there somewhere unaware of her own identity, but the question remains, how does a child simply vanish into thin air? For Kate and Jerry, the holiday never truly ended. They are still waiting for their daughter to come home. And that's my story for this week.
Such a heartbreaking case.
It is heartbreaking. There was so much more detail that could have gone into it.
What are your thoughts, Tash, about Madeleine McCann?
I think the parents.
You think the parents did it?
Yeah, I think it was a horrible accident. They panicked and they covered it up. And yeah, I think it's that, or she was kidnapped and trafficked. I think they're the two plausible explanations.
What about you, Bex? What's your...
I don't know. It's so strange. I don't want it to be the parents. But then again, I don't really want it to... I just wish it didn't happen. You know what I mean? I just wish that it didn't happen.
It's such a tricky one, isn't it? Because
when you don't know that you don't think it's going to happen to you, and you think you've got a good system of people going to check every 15 minutes or whatever, and I just think, well, if you have to get up every 15 minutes... But they said they were doing that,
but who knows if they were.
Put them in the buggy beside you. Or...
I have lived on big properties where you've got, you know, big gardens, and the children would be upstairs in bed. Even like my house now, if I'm in the garden, I wouldn't hear the front door going. And I don't live in a big house now. I live in a little 2 up, 2 down. My garden's not massive. It's just a normal sized garden. If I was in the garden, someone could come in the front of my house and get my kids.
Would you leave your kids on their own when they were 3 and 2 in your house while you were in the garden?
What, and go in the garden? Yeah, probably would have. Would have sat in the garden Probably would have sat in the garden when the kids were asleep. Yeah, I don't doubt. Yeah.
I suppose.
Sure, I would have. Put the kids to bed and you continue like chatting with your friends or whatever in the garden. I definitely would have done that.
Yeah.
Or the baby's napping, you're putting laundry out. Like,
yeah, I suppose.
Obviously, there's a difference going for a meal.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I'd sit in the garden, but... And also, it's different being in your own house. It's different being in the garden of your own house. My kids were in cots for ages. Yeah, so they couldn't get out of them. I agree,
but I remember talking about it when it happened with like my parents and stuff, and they had a massive property, and you know the kids would go to bed and like maybe they'd be pottering outside and not right next to the house. Like, and again, you know, someone could have come in the front door. You know, obviously nothing did happen, but like, it's just a tricky one, isn't it? Because ultimately they left their kids unattended and something happened. Whether they did it or somebody else came and kidnapped their daughter. I find it wild, though, that the other children didn't get taken. Like, nothing happened to them, did it?
Well, thank God. Can you imagine all three going?
But do you know what I mean? Like, there was no... And because the investigation was so slow, like, did the other children get any testing to see if they'd been drugged at all or anything like that? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think the biggest issue was the investigation. Well, leaving your kids, first of all, not on your property. And it was just handled so poorly.
I don't think nothing was handled well at all. I think the police were really overwhelmed.
Poor little mite.
I know. I hope, in a way, I'm like, I hope that she wasn't trafficked.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'd rather, I don't know, I just think of the life in how, what would have happened to her as a little angel-faced baby girl being trafficked. It doesn't bear thinking of. It's just such a sad, that's why I haven't done it yet, because it's such a, I said I'd never do it, actually. I said I wouldn't do this case because it is upsetting. And I just think if I was a parent and that happened to me, and then you know that you haven't done it, you don't know what's happened to your daughter, and then all these people are like, oh, it's parents.
But it's tricky, isn't it?
Think,
because
God, that's awful. But then again,
parents
do
And
do
also,
this. They do
also,
horrible things.
There's also the argument that you can't watch your children 24/7. Like, arguably, they shouldn't have maybe gone to a restaurant. But
no,
you know, when your kids are sleeping, you're not in the room watching them. Like, you're doing stuff or...
No, and then there was something there. I just think if you're a doctor, you have a lot of... Both doctors, they're not, like, scrounging for money. They could have put the babies in the night nursery. There was one there.
That is strange.
I know that it's 3 times the cost. Maybe it was full, I don't know. But, I don't know. I just think... I just wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done that. Yeah, I mean, it's just so... It's sad. Sad. Poor little love. Yeah. But anyway, when's your conspiracy evening, Tash?
I'm not sure. Soon, hopefully. We're going to get a date in the diary. So if anyone has any great conspiracy theories that you think I could cover at an evening with my friends, do let me know.
Trees aren't real.
Yeah,
Trees
I've
aren't
been reading
real?
this
That's
a
apparently a
lot.
What are they
conspiracy
then?
theory.
I have planted a few trees, though, and I beg to differ.
I'm pretty sure that trees are real, but there is a conspiracy that trees are not real.
You could do the moon landing.
Yeah, that's one, isn't it?
And that's pretty up to date because people have gone to the moon, haven't they?
They have.
Oh, flat Earth.
Flat Earth. Yeah.
I'd like something a bit more neat, like bit niche,
yeah.
a little bit more different, you know, like not the standard ones.
Matrix. We're all in a Matrix.
Oh, I do believe that.
Oh, I mean, I fucking do. I obviously
You disappeared.
glitched.
You glitched. You not just.
Yeah.
Maybe they updated me.
Yeah.
Fuckers could have taken away the dizziness with the update,
Yeah, that would have
though.
been kinder, wouldn't it?
Lizard people as well, but I reckon someone will be doing lizard
Yeah.
people. I'm just trying to think. I'll try and think of something a bit more niche, and I'll send it.
Thanks,
to you.
babes.
Yeah.
Right. Are we done then?
I think so.
Right. I think we are.
Well,
It's been
it
a
was
blast.
good to be back.
Hope you've enjoyed our crap as always.
All right, then. See you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks. Stay safe.
Don't kill people.
And keep it weird. Bye.
Goodbye.
Chillers
Bye, bye, bye.
and
Goodbye, my
serial
lovers.
killers, where the chills meet the laughter spillers.